This video will show what I had to go through to upgrade my 2014 i7 build. What I had existing was a 224 gigabyte SSD by Kingston, which has the Windows 7 operating system, and then a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue 7200 RPM, which is a data disk and has quite a few programs since the Kingston was getting built up. So what I did is I bought a Patriot Ignite 480 gigabyte because I wanted, well, it's twice the size of the Kingston. I was going to put that in. But everybody said, oh no, get the Samsung Evo because they are, or they have the best cloning software. So I was going to clone the Kingston to the Samsung, boot off the Samsung Evo, use the Kingston as a data disk. And there are some things that I learned. Number one, just because everyone says the Samsung cloning software works, don't assume that it does when you have a new model SSD. I would assume the 850s would, but I got an 860. And when you're in the ASUS UEFI BIOS and you change the hard drive, boot SATA device and save it, the BIOS will tell you you did not change anything in the BIOS. Ignore that and save anyway. Unplug the drive from which you cloned before going into the BIOS and starting Windows. And you will see why. Essentially, let's see here. This is what I ended up with. Here's the Samsung. Here's the Western Digital. This is an external USB drive, Western Digital book. Here's the Patriot drive. This is what happens when you have the Samsung as an R drive and it magically gets reassigned as a C drive. And here's the old Kingston drive. The task for today is to take the Ignite SSD, the Samsung Evo SSD, put them in this computer that has a 1 terabyte hard drive and a 240 gigabyte SSD that is the C drive, and put these two in that computer, make this the bootable drive, and go from there. And in addition to the two SSDs, you need power cable and SATA cable, plus a tray to put the two SSDs in. All right, according to this, you go to Samsung SSD. Tools and software. Data migration. Here's their download. Save that. So that downloaded. Let's download the PDF file. And then back up to the Magician. Good for 860. With that. So next is take down the computer, install the SSDs, back up, and see what we can do. All right, this is the computer ready to get looked at. You notice I have a power cord in there, but the power supply is shut off. That is so I get a ground someplace. All right. So here is the hard drive and the SSD. If we go around back, the SSD and the hard drive attached. So all we got to do is take this cable, attach it into there. And so all you got to do is take one of these and attach it to this, I think. And then I should be able to slide it in like that. And then they say we take the SSDs and slide them in here until they click. Well, here's the thing, the IC dock, the backside of the disk is supposed to be back here, and this is where you plug in the connections. So in other words, that is supposed to go like this. Then if you go like that, it's supposed to pop it out. And so I would have to put this in like this, which I guess is no big deal. So there they are, both of them. Now that might be a problem getting the power in. We will see. And that looks like a mess because it is. To get the power, the top SSD had to pop up a little bit. So, whatever. So we'll put the back on and see if this thing works. So as you can see, we don't have the two SSDs shown. And what you have to do is go into Control Panel, Administrative Tools, Computer Management, Disk Management. And you can see disk 0, 465 gigabytes. I'm assuming that's the Samsung. And 447, I assume, is the Ignite. You right-click, go New Simple Volume, go Next, Next, assign a drive letter, we'll go with L, Next, volume label, put down ignite underscore patriot. Next. Finish. Okay, create a backup. I want to clone this disk. This is smash. Select. This. Clone this disk. Select a disk to clone. Format to R. Okay. So disk 1. Selected partitions. Okay, source is Kingston. Partition 1, copy partition 2. Finish. Backup, save backup, schedule. Following drives will be overwritten. Okay, try this again. So there it is. Okay, so once we get the disks in, we will go ahead and restart. Yeah. and press down F2 and hold it. We want to get into the BIOS to change from the P1 or the Kingston to the Samsung, and go into advanced mode. And then choose boot and scroll down, and if you see your boot one option, first is the CD drive or DVD drive. You have 3 choices. And when I first came in here, this was P1. And to change that, you have to go down here. And you have these choices, all your hard disks. So you have P5WD, the external one, P2, which is the 1 terabyte Western Digital. Then you have the Patriot and Kingston. And actually, what you should do is just disable all those, other than the one that you want to boot, unless you have multiple boot drives, such as Windows 7 or Windows 10, something like that. And then you go back, and when you exit, this is the thing that really hosed me. You do save changes and reset. It says you haven't made any changes to the BIOS settings. So usually what I do is go back or exit or whatever. Just say yes. And it will reboot, come up the way it should. That only took half a day to figure that out, and that was only because somebody in a forum happened to mention that.